Hi, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Mobius 10 Light Dining Pendant. You can use this in other places other than dining rooms, but this is a great dining pendant. 131202, so 131202 is the style number on it. Let's get into details on this. Let's talk about the size of the fixture itself, and we're really talking about the bottom part, which is from the cable down, the bottom of the shade. And that's going to be 11.3 inches. Left to right, and this is a pretty long fixture, not incredibly long, but long, 45.6 inches, and then the depth on it is going to be 11.3. When we talk about overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture and what you can get. Shortest it can be is coming in at 16 inches, and that again, ceiling, bottom of fixture, bottom of shade. If you need this to be longer, you can go all the way to 130 inches with the cable that's provided as standard product. If you need it to be longer than 130 inches, drop me a quick email and I can send that through customs and we can get a reply back. But we do that kind of thing all day long. Okay, let's get into the canopy on this because that's going to be a lot to talk about. And one way to show you that is to look at the installations instructions. If you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on this side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. So great thing about these installations instructions is they're going to have tons of technical drawings. They're going to show you a full parts list. They're going to have photographs on this one to show you how to put the shade together, which is really fast and easy. But it's going to show you a lot of information about that canopy, which is 44.5 inches long, 8.5 inches in depth, about that thick, and it's going to have a driver in it that's going to be and a transformer transforming your line voltage in your house or your building down to low voltage to go safely through those cables. So it's going to show you the inside of this canopy, and that's a nice thing for you guys to see. It goes on one junction box, one 4-inch J box. You'll see that in the drawings right off the bat, and then there are other places on that you can attach it to the ceiling. It's coming in at 26.6 pounds, so it's not very heavy at all. Very easy to put up. You'll notice when you're looking at that canopy, you have the box itself that's going to be touching the ceiling, and then you have what's called the face plate, and that's going to be the part that's on the bottom facing down. When you look at the finishes choice on this, is a pull-down menu on the site, our site, that says choose your finish. The finish is going to be for the box itself, right? It's going to be for what's called the fixture, and the fixture is just on this piece anyway. It's going to be the little cuppy part that's kind of a triangle that's above the shade itself. It's kind of holding the shade. That's what's holding the socket inside. That faceplate that we talked about 2 seconds ago is always going to be in black, so just keep that in mind. It's just part of how this all works. You'll also see on that faceplate are going to be what are called grippers, and there's a whole bunch of these. There's 10 of these, and that's what you're going to be feeding your cable up inside. And you kind of just use your thumbnail, and you push on it, and it's a strain relief. It's going to allow you to push the cable into it. Let's just put it that way. And then when you kind of let go, it holds it tight. So during your installation, you can kind of play around. Don't cut any wires until you get these things where you want them to be. You can have them in a straight line, all on the same level above the table, or if you want to, you can stagger them, one up, one down, one up, one down. On the installation instructions, there's actually a good drawing of that, so take advantage of that so you can get a chance to see it, because I'm not sure how many photographs show that in real life. Okay. So anyway, those strain relief pieces that are up there, the 10 of them are always going to be kind of in a plated chrome, so just a little tidbit that you should know about. Let's hop into a couple other things. Let's talk about what the shade is made out of. So the shade is made out of this composite fabric, and you can tell how stiff that is. It's called, well, we call it frost, basically, spun frost. It's number 66, and it's kind of a snowy white, but you can see there's a lot of fibers in this. It's a very interesting fabric, and it's extremely taut like that. You can't really see through it. It's opaque. And as far as cleaning this goes, we have Mobius fixtures all over our showroom because there's lots of different other Mobiuses, and I just clean them with a soft old t-shirt. Just dust them off. I don't put any liquid on them or anything like that. They clean really beautifully. Now let's talk about what's going on inside of this, because you're going to notice this is a low voltage LED fixture. The bulbs on this are going to be what are called G4 LEDs. You can see it in the picture next to me. Same deal for the socket. And the max you can use in this is going to be a 4-watt LED, and they're easy to get. We get them on Amazon, from my showroom anyway. You could get them probably at your local hardware store, but going online is usually the easier way to go. If you're wondering what a 4 watt is equivalent to, it's going to be coming in, depending on the manufacturer of the bulbs that you get, anywhere from 30 watt equivalent incandescent to 40 watt equivalent incandescent. And that may not sound alike a lot, but you know what that really is. You got 10 of these, so you can really pump a lot of light out of this fixture with 10 of these bulbs. Even if they were the 30 watt equivalent, you can put them on a dimmer with absolutely no problem at all. When we talk about the color of LED light, so I tend to like what's called warm white, and that's going to be the light that's coming down on my hands. This is 3000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. When you're looking at those LEDs out in the marketplace, you're going to be given options. You're going to be given anywhere from 2700 Kelvin, which is super yellow light, all the way to what's called daylight. And daylight sounds like it should be warm, but think of like an overcast bright day, and that's kind of that blue light that you see out there. That's a colder light, right? So that's going to be 4000, 5000, 6000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. Way in the middle of that is the warm white. That's the light coming down on my hands right now from these LEDs above me. And this is 3000 Kelvin, and like I said, they're dimmable, so just, you know, there's no problem getting exactly what you want in this full spectrum here. And actually, you know, the 2700 Kelvins, if you're looking for that really super warm sunset kind of light, may be the way to go, but it's really up to you. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.